We also have on hand our CTV News U.S. political analyst, Eric Ham. Eric, as the verdict comes in here, your reaction?
Well, this is stunning. We knew that, of course, our political system was going to have to prepare for the possibility that Donald Trump would be convicted in one, if not all of these 4 criminal cases that he's facing. But now we see he's been found guilty on all 34 charges. And the fact that it took the jury just less than 2 days to come to this decision on every single one of these counts shows that they believe the prosecution wholeheartedly in the case that they put forth, as well as the witnesses, including perhaps even Michael Cohen. And so this is a stunning factor. And the question now for the Republican Party is, will they continue to move forward with Donald Trump as their presumptive nominee? Where does the party go? And we're talking about a 2-party political system in the United States. Already, Donald Trump was going into this election with enormous amounts of baggage, having been found liable for fraud and sexual assault. And now he's a convicted felon. That is a taint that he is going to now have to wear into his first presidential debate with Joe Biden as a convicted felon. And this speaks to who we are as a nation, that now we are putting up this individual to represent our country to the rest of the world. What does this mean for our closest neighbors and allies, Mexico, Canada, our biggest trading partners, where now you have a convicted felon who could potentially be the commander in chief? It's a stunning day, not just for the United States, but for the rest of the world.
I'm told that the jurors have actually just left the room already, having now delivered that guilty verdict on all 34 counts of falsifying business records. The judge is currently addressing lawyers. Eric, I don't think the Republican Party, there's not been a single sign that they are willing to turn away from Donald Trump. I know that this solidifies something that, had certainly been suspected, but they have been there at the courthouse defending him, for example. The narrative that they have crafted, they and the former president, is that the deck was stacked against him, that this is quote unquote rigged. Again, as I said to the ambassador earlier, without providing any evidence. But that's a narrative that the base has absorbed.
I had a column actually just come out today on the CTV website where I talk about how Donald Trump's party is lagging behind the Democratic Party heading into this all-important election. And I ended the column saying that, this is a party that is losing on the infrastructure as well as on money, and they have time to actually fix it. But what they simply cannot fix is the self-sabotage that they are doing to themselves as a party and what that means to the country. And again, this is another move. This is another tool of potential self-sabotage if they continue to stick with Donald Trump, because this was an overwhelming verdict that we saw from this jury. And again, these were Donald Trump's peers. And what we saw in this system, in this process, even after Donald Trump has continued to vociferously attack the judge and the legal system, it worked. It worked. These were Donald Trump's peers. Donald Trump had adequate representation. In fact, we're told some of the best criminal defense attorneys in New York who represented him. We know there were individuals on the jury who actually received their news from Fox News. So these were his peers, and they overwhelmingly did not believe Donald Trump at all in this case. And at some point, the party that he represents is going to have to make a decision. Do they put country or do they put Donald Trump first?